It's like shit. I didn't even notice the regen. I just
Yes.
started bashing it, and they still like.
They were fine then, yeah. Alright, that's my last game.
Yeah, that makes two of us. Sorry, I couldn't make it better, man.
Oh well. Excellent games as always.
Hmm.
Back to
I
factorio.
feel like they're kind of breaking your standard a little bit.
Who?
These games.
Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Kind of breaking my standard. But
I mean, I don't think there's been like one game that you haven't complained about in the sense that like.
I mean, it's one of those things. I have certain expectations, and then I mean, which game did I not complain? Which game did I mean, I complain all the time. That's what I do. I'm a complainer.
This is true, but like more so than
videos.
usual. Like since we started playing, you started complaining.
I mean, I don't really know why. I usually don't care. I mean, the Visage one, I didn't complain really. I was mostly just I was mad at myself because of the fact that I didn't understand. I forgot that Axe destroys my fucking familiars.
I didn't think that was the case though. I mean, not like Axe destroying your shit. Yeah. That was like so bad. I'm sorry.
I fed them a couple times, but that was okay. We still won that game.
Honestly, like that, you handled that so much better than any other Visage player I would know.
I mean, Timbersaw game was fine.
That was awesome.
Although you have to not come into my lane. That's the only problem.
Yeah, I'm still learning that. I'm sorry.
I mean, no, it's just certain heroes you don't do that with because they need levels. It's Bristleback and Timber, really two heroes. Unless you're making something happen, you don't go into lanes. The Shadow Fiend one, I was more like, I hate Jungle Wraith King so much. And Zeus, I
feel like that's something you.
So what was I mad at? What was I mad in the Zeus game?
I don't think you were mad in the Zeus game. Oh no, yeah, because we were losing and I wasn't fighting, and then I yelled at you.
Oh yeah, you yelled at me.
Yeah.
But I did so well that game. I was sad.
You did.
That was me being sad. The Shadow Fiend one was just like I was mid against Bane, and it was one of those situations where it's like it's auto lose kind of a thing for me.
Yeah.
But I mean I understood the lane well enough to basically know that it wasn't winnable. Because if I stayed in lane too long, he just brain sat me like twice, and then I was like mostly dead. So
yeah, and then you can't do any damage either.
Yeah. You know, I don't remember anything bad about the Zeus game either.
Alright, we're good then.
I mean, oh, I remember the Timbersaw game. I was basically telling you not to pay attention to anything Arc Warden was doing because he had a shit build, which was very true. His contribution was very low to that game, no matter what you saw.
Yeah,
he needed Midas.
I guess that's what he gets for randoming.
The thing is, the Midas pays for itself in about like 30 minutes or so, depending upon when you get it. And then when you play Arc Warden, it pays for itself in half that time. That's why it's such an amazing item to get, because you get to use it twice. Yeah. So it's by 20 minutes. So that game was 42 minutes. So it should have been his core item. We weren't winning, anyways. He wasn't doing anything in the early game. I mean, we only lost 2 of those games today, actually. When I was playing Zeus and Shakira. The Zeus one was just disappointing because I did so well. It was funny.
I think we just had that one bad team fight.
Oh, the Tinker game. Fuck. Yeah, that's what I'm salty about. Fucking abandoning the Tinker game.
I don't know what happened. My internet
just Tinker. No, I know. I get it. It happens.
And I know you love playing Tinker because like I've seen you play Tinker.
I do love playing Tinker.
It is absolutely phenomenal.
One of my.
I think there was like at one point one game we were playing as Tinker, or you were Tinker, and you with missile recharge, missile recharge, missile recharge,
and
missile
then they have to
recharge.
Leave the base.
Just because they were pushing our base so hard. But the fact of the matter was, you could stay in fountain and just keep doing that, and you just like push them all back for yourself.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely phenomenal.
No, that's what Tinker does. He's fucking great. I love him. Definitely one of my favorite carries that I don't get to do often enough. Why is this fucking... Oh, because of this thing. I see. Hey, sorry if I got a little bit angry sometimes. It happens. I think I've just become an angry individual. I think that's really what it is.
That seems fair. I feel like you've been hanging out with Pat too much.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a me thing, I think.
That's fine. It happens to everyone.
I don't want to give you critique or anything. I'm done with that.
That's okay. I mean, I appreciate constructive criticism.
Oh, I mean, I like to think that everything I say is constructive criticism, but I mean, I know that may not be the case. Yeah, it actually made it.
That's okay. Happens to the best of us.
All right.
I'm gonna head to bed, man.
Okay, you have a good night then. I'll see you.
You too, man.
I'll see you Saturday, but it's Wednesday today, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is Wednesday.
It is indeed.
I gotta buy a notebook. Oh, I'll talk to you in a minute. Good night.
Good night. I should get out of Discord. I think I was angrier than usual in that game, and I really shouldn't have taken it out on him. I actually kind of felt bad. I shouldn't have been doing that. That was really not good of me. I was mostly just mad because his farming patterns are really bad. That was the first thing, because he kept farming near me, and it got to the point where I basically just, as Jakira, I sold my wand to basically get a Yule's, which I felt like, if like, basically 3 times before that, if he wasn't coming to my lane, sorry, well not coming to my lane, but like, he doesn't play support ever, so he doesn't really understand that supports need items too. So that was the first thing. That kind of made me mad. I just, in the middle of it, and every fucking time there's like a team fight we barely lost, I would just look at him, he's like just split pushing a lane every time. I'm like, fuck. Very sad story. What's missing over here? Okay, apparently we're missing something over there. I'll probably almost guarantee this stuff is going. I mean, the one time I basically was trying to teach him how to properly play these roles, he just kind of tuned out, so... And I just felt it was pretentious for me to even do that, actually, so... Alright, here's what we're gonna do. It's gonna trigger everybody, but I don't really care. Because I'm not in the mood. There we go. So we just reset these, and then now we have petroleum again. It's just, these games are sometimes frustrating to me. But for me, it's also a learning experience as well. Like, despite the fact that they're kind of sometimes terrible games, I'm still randoming and I'm learning to play certain heroes, or like seeing how to adapt to certain situations. Like the SF game, I actually wasn't completely surprised that we won. I mean, it was one of those things that they didn't expect me to come back that hard, because they were a 3-stack, and I bet they were thinking to themselves, yeah, it's shut down SF really hard in mid, and then, you know, what is he going to do after that? He's fucking useless, which is true in a certain way. But the problem is that they, despite the fact that they supposedly shut me down, I didn't let Bane basically get the better of me in the lane. Because as I said, I knew it was going to be bad because I played in that same position. I played as that Bane, and I know how to deal with it. And it was basically just to avoid the lane as much as possible. Just basically never let him push it to the point where he could take a tower. But basically he started going down to fuck over Assad's lane when he was Drow. I mean, I would have advised against him playing Drow because it's one of those things that, for me, I've played a shit ton of bot games as every single hero before I basically was confident enough to basically say, oh, I'll just random and play anything I want. So I wanted him to play a couple of bot games just to understand every single hero in the game. And he didn't do that because he said he got bored with it, so I'm like, okay, fine. But the thing is, you don't really learn the heroes if you play just against players. Like, not immediately. Like, sure, I'm all for it, like, later in the game, at a later stage. Because then at some stage you're gonna basically go like, oh, you know, I have to do this and this with this hero because I keep dying. But if you're learning under pressure, it's really bad. Because you should never learn something under pressure like that. quite bad to do. So that's why I don't recommend it to him. I basically tell him every single time, I say, don't play it here unless you played it at least once, because you need to understand the mechanics. Because he was literally, he plays Drow, and then he's like, how does the precision aura work? And he's like, kind of reading it, he's like, oh, when people are near you, it turns off. I'm like, yes, it does. Thoughts on using flamethrower turret to defend oil production. Thing is, it's actually not a bad idea, but I have to research it. The only problem with that, it requires 200 military science packs, which I cannot afford to get right now. I'm trying to work my way into blue science. I need the blue science. We really need that. Anyways, I wish he did stick with the bot games, and he actually offered to basically try them again and to learn all the heroes, and I just kind of said no, because I don't really want to, I just don't want to do that with him, really. Just, it was a bad idea the first time I did it. I should get the modular armor, that might be good. But we also need a lot of things here, actually. Like the electricity would actually be very good. Circuit network would also be good. I think, I don't know what to get right now. I don't think we need sulfur processing for anything right now. Railway, we're not making rails right away. Also, toolbelt would be good. Thing is, modular armor, we just need a whole bunch more research. Let's just do energy distribution. That's a prerequisite to some things that we need. I don't like raging at him. Assad doesn't seem like the type that wants to learn that badly. No, he kind of doesn't. I mean, and I understand that to some degree. I know he doesn't want to. I know he doesn't. He's not like me in that sense where I'm like I want to understand the ins and outs of every hero, because I feel like I'm not playing the game properly if I don't know what's going on. If like something catches me off guard, I'm very much someone who wants to just. We actually have a line here of iron. That's kind of nice. We do something like here. Well, we need a lot of engines though. Yeah, it's actually not a good idea for me to just put the engines on that same line. What else does this thing need? It needs engine units and advanced circuits. Okay, so what we'll probably do... I mean, Pat has said the same thing. That's why Pat doesn't like playing with him. He feels that Assad, he's not Assad's friend, and he thinks Assad doesn't really want to learn, so he basically doesn't want to play with him for that reason. And I'm like, I'm not like that. I just kind of want to just have fun. Why is there so much copper over here? Oh. But like, it's just, I get annoyed sometimes because like he's just kind of encroaching on some of the lanes. Like, basically, oh god, the Timber Saw game, he set me actually really far behind. Because, like, he went into the lane. What was he doing? I forget. Oh shit. Wow, they actually pretty much wiped this. What the fuck? They're coming from here. It's actually pretty good. Anyways, he came into the lane, kind of just hit someone once or twice, kind of just did nothing. And then he leaves the lane, and then basically that's like level 2 or 3 right there. And that has like a snowballing effect, because it's like... I mean, I fucked up that game too. Because I leveled... I wasn't paying attention, and the builds... The problem with the standard builds is they always like... they're very generic, and they're not for the games that you necessarily want. If I had the option of turning off the fucking highlighting for those fucking builds, I would do it in like a heartbeat, but I cannot do it, so... We need more copper lines here. I need way more copper, but to increase production would be really... Maybe we can use this to do that, but I kind of want to... See, here's the thing, we're not getting modules because we don't have enough copper. Now, there's an easy way of actually stopping this, and it's basically just to stop these guys, actually, so maybe that's what we'll do. If I feel like we have enough of these, I'm going to stop the module production. Which we will actually do pretty soon, I think. Anyways, what was I saying? No, basically, like, I understand that Timbersaw is someone who needs levels, and his tankiness only comes from levels. And so, like, he's just kind of there, he's fucking just hitting stuff. And I think it was a game he didn't know what to do. And he actually asked me after the game, he's like, what was I supposed to do that game as a roamer? And I'm like, well, you basically just become like a support in the safe lane. That's all you can do, realistically. You know? Because if you need levels too as a roamer, so if there's just no lane that's gankable, then that's all you can do. So I was hoping... I don't know, but he just... Even though I literally told him, I said, don't come to my lane unless you're setting up something, and he just comes there anyways, so it's like, whatever. I mean, it's like... I mean, honestly, these games are not perfect anyways, because people do stupid shit all the time, like Jungle Wraith King. And I try to make him understand these things sometimes. Although he probably takes great offense to it, I won't lie. Because I'm very sarcastic and I'm a very sarcastic person. But I basically, he, for the longest time, liked playing Jungle Wraith King. And I kept telling him it was awful because every other lane loses in those kinds of games. Right? And then we finally had a game actually that there was a Jungle Wraith King on our team. And then he lost his lane super hard. And I was trying to point out, I'm like, do you see why Jungle Wraith King's a bad idea? This guy isn't helping. Like, you know, but I don't know if it gets to, I don't know if he fucking understands it, because we still won the game, which is not really a suitable punishment for having a really crappy Jungle Wraith King, but he was sort of just dying in my lane. Yeah, I know. But it's one of those things, like, I want him to learn, because technically speaking, he has been playing Dota longer than I have. I have only gotten into it basically like 2 years ago or something. He's been playing it for at least 4 or 5. He's been playing it longer than I have, and I don't understand why some of this stuff is hard to understand. Because for me, it was like, once I was into the game, I'm like, oh, okay. This is starting to make sense. I understand now why I'm winning and losing, kind of a thing. So what do we need for it? We need steel pipes, and so basically we just need an iron line for stuff, for engines. What do you mean that's not a good thing to point out? What's not a good thing to point out? The fact he's been playing it much longer than I have? I don't point it out to him. I'm not like that. But like I've never told him this like stuff. Like I try not to be rude to him, but it's sometimes getting to me lately. Like he basically even said it himself. He's like, "Holy shit, you're getting like, it's like you're not having fun right now," you know, kind of a thing. You know, he basically said it, and I kind of realized that, like, yeah, today I was just like, for some reason I just wasn't in a good mood. I don't know why. I think it's been slowly deteriorating. I think it's because I tried to teach him, and then I got tired of it. And then yeah, I think that kind of frustrated me in a way. How do I want to deal with this? No, we don't want to bring this iron line, because this is at the end of this. That's fucking awful to do. So we have steel plates that require 35 seconds. At the crafting speed 2, they will take 35 to 17.5 seconds. Engine units take 10 seconds to make. So, Alright, well, we have one of two options here. For steel, we either smelt the steel in one central place and we have a line for it, which may not be a terrible idea. And we bring it to the thing, and the other alternative is I think we're gonna smelt the steel in one place, actually, which is something I don't normally do. We don't do that. okay. That's what we'll do, I think. That means we're gonna have to do this. If there's active learning and passive learning, you probably were actively learning the game, unlike Hassan. I mean, it's like I said, I don't know. I felt bad when I was trying to force the game on him, kind of in a way. Like, I was trying to forcibly teach him how to do these things. Because it is a condescending thing to do, because you're basically, like, literally saying you're bad at the game. I need to teach you how to play it. So, that's why I basically kind of stopped trying to teach him, because, I don't know. And then because of it, now I've become cynical, which is much worse. Like, it's actually really bad on my part to do that. And I kind of realize it, but, like, I keep not doing anything about it. Because I'm just, I don't think before I say things sometimes, so... I do that to Pat as well. I'm very cynical to him sometimes. It's like my way of kind of venting. I don't ever think about how people feel about it, I just kind of do it. It's a shitty thing to do. You become like a shitty person. And I understand, I completely get that I'm doing that, and I fucking do not react. I tried to apologize to him after, like, because I realized I was doing that. But just in the moment, I was frustrated, and then, yeah. Because it is sometimes really frustrating, because I'm willingly putting myself into these games that are losing, and I like winning. Winning is fun. But, I mean, it's just a matter of sometimes the games you have aren't that great. Oh, they're fucking coming over there now. Alright, so there's gonna be no qual in this line, but I just don't give a rat's ass. Does pollution actually make trees die? No. No, they don't. By the way, oh yeah, something I figured out about this mode is apparently the time factor is much higher. Like in terms of how fast they evolve, it's super high. It's also time. The pollution doesn't do much, but the pollution does prevent them from attacking you, which is good. And I think the other thing, by the way, guys, that I really don't like about my behavior is that I'm also streaming this for you guys, and you guys are literally watching me get frustrated, and I kind of act like a big child, you know, I feel a lot of the time, which is really not good to be doing. But it's just, I shouldn't be acting in such a way, because I'm fucking upset, so slightly. As I said, I'm here to provide some semblance of entertainment. I don't know if that's entertaining, but I don't think it is, because I always try to be like a better person kind of thing, and I try and be like, I don't know. Try and be the sensible one. I just try my best and things like that. I used to justify it. You haven't broken anything like other people have on stream. I mean, it's not even good justification though, that's the thing. Wondering how to do this. I gotta keep making it over here for some fucking reason. I think just today in particular, it took a real big toll on me. I just was like completely fucking out of it. I'm actually gonna speed up this one, because we actually need more ammunition, although we can make the other rounds. That might be nice. Alright, so we have steel coming in now. Cold Steel the Hedgehog. Lack of sleep? I don't think it is. I think it's just stress, man. I get stressed out. Like, I shouldn't have that high of expectations on literally anybody. It's just, it's not fair. I don't know. I'm wondering how to do this, man. 'Cause I don't want to be this close to this garbage. Maybe this should come later down the line, this stuff. Actually, that's probably the best solution, actually. I like that idea. Oh, we got power, good. Guess we might as well do sulfur processing while we're at it. I don't know. I try and be fun to play games with, but sometimes I think it's just too much for him. Because I like even the games are winning, I'm just miserable. But I'm actually having fun in the games. I'm just like kind of I get to watch over and I'm like fucking. You know what? You know what I think it is. You know what I think it is actually. I think I know what it is. I'm gonna tell him tomorrow. I think I'm just tired of him playing anti-mage. I'm tired of it because every single fucking game he plays anti-mage, and that's really what it is. Because like basically every single game you gotta go like, all right, I gotta make space for this fucker for about like 20 minutes or something. Sorry, not 20 minutes, 40 minutes until he gets farmed. And the thing is, Assad doesn't even farm like the best either. Like he kind of he kind of, yeah. It's not necessarily like even when he's having a good game, he's not having a good game. Because you look at any of the item timings on some some other sites, like on like Dota Buff, on what like other good anti-mage players do, and it's like fucking like it's like, oh, they got their 50-minute Battle Fury and that wasn't that great, but you know they then got the fucking, I don't know, this and that. I think I just hate him playing anti-mage. I think that's what it is. Because it's just, I gotta make space, and then we're losing, and then it's just like I'm just watching him like split push. And I mean, that's technically what he's supposed to be doing, you know, making trades like that, but it's fucking annoying, because it's just like, unless we're rolling them, it's always gonna be a game like that, you know? Every single fucking game, it's gonna be like that. I don't like playing with anti-mage, man. It's so fucking boring. I don't know how he stands it, man. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him actually on the thing right now. I'm just gonna tell him to try. He should try other carries. Because now that I've had an opportunity to actually think about it, that's actually what it is. He's not necessarily doing anything wrong. He's playing the game. He says something that fights sooner. That's actually exactly what it is. It's actually nothing he's doing. I'm just fucking frustrated at the fact that these games are so goddamn long. It didn't even occur to me until I started talking about it with you guys. Thanks a lot, everyone. You're the fucking best. Has he tried Ursa yet? No, he hates Ursa. I think variety is what he needs, honestly. Or what I need. I mean, I ran him every fucking game, but yeah, it just I was just thinking about it. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? That's honestly what it is. I'm tired of watching him play anti-mage. That's all. Especially as a support, it's the worst because I have to make so much space for that to happen, and I kind of like fighting. Fucking. That's what it is. I'm usually not like that mad all the time, and so I was wondering what it was, but I think it is. Yeah, just the anti-mage shit is boring, man. But that definitely fixes it if he actually plays something else. And he says yes, he will. So it's all good. What the fuck is under attack there? Fucking hell, they hate me there. Dude, my turret defenses are like the fucking best, man. There's a lot of carries I like. You don't as much. You can play. He's suggesting Sven. I'm saying you can play Sven. I'm like, that's fine. I mean, Sven's fine. I mean, the problem is that fucking Wraith King is just horseshit of a fucking hero, man. It's the worst one. Alright, so I think we've now gotten to a point. Okay, we're gonna stop taking off this line. We're done with efficiency modules. I think it's enough what we have here. So complaining can be a positive thing. It's not just complaining. I just like thinking out loud. I'm a thinking out loud kind of person. But like, I mean, he's right. I was completely fucking stressed out, and it wasn't fair. But that's kind of what it was. Yeah. It's just I don't like anti-mage. I hate playing with that. It's the same thing with Spectre, because Spectre, it's like, she needs to be babysat in lane. And like, if she doesn't get babysat in lane, then she has a shit game and can't make a Radiance and stuff like that. And then it's like, oh no, the game's over now. I keep seeing the thing pop up for things under attack, but nothing ever happens. But that's honestly what it was, actually. I keep thinking about it. It's just I don't like playing. Like, he can play anti-mage sometimes. Like, if it's a good anti-mage game, by all fucking means, you know, they have like Wraith King and fucking Medusa and shit. Alright. How many of these do you think I can get away with? I have like 3 engine makers. Let's see how we're doing on the map for pollution. Yeah, it's still not great. We're gonna need more of these. Fucking 12 seconds. Are you fucking joking, man? Yep, so he doesn't like Ursa, I know that much. I mean, I don't even like Ursa that much, but I'll still play him. I will never play him as position 1 for Ursa, just because those games can go really poorly. Oh, hey, they got through that one, so let's go check it out. Can I make a car yet, actually? We maybe can. Car needs a little bit more iron plates. There we go. Okay, we got a car now. Let's just get some more ammunition with us. Get some turrets. You know what? Fuck sulfur processing. We need advanced fuel. But I'm making... fuck, I'm making things for it right now. Alright. Let's just leave it alone for a second. I also have a shit ton of these things, which we should use. Where's, these turrets are engaged again. I think they expanded closer. They had to have. Fuck. If I don't delete these, it's gonna fucking remove my production for those things. There you go. Reset those. Oh, what the fuck? We have like a shit ton of petroleum. When the fuck did that happen? Whatever, okay. Let's get the car out. I actually have enough now for all these things. It's really interesting. The fuck? That was a fucking... You can see it. Why not add more tanks for oil instead of depleting and... you know, that's a really fucking smart idea. I hate you. That's what I actually should have been doing. Fuck. Alright, let's go check out what's been going on over down there. It was probably an attack. The hell's down there? Let's see. Okay. Is that supposed to be this close? Actually, not that close. That was a gap in our defenses here. See, they were probably just whittling it down, that's the thing. So what makes it a death world? I don't know. You see all these red blips? They're alien bases. Usually in the game it's supposed to be half that much, and they evolve extremely quickly. That's kind of what makes it a death world. The only way out is death. Well, now we have a car, so... The only way out is death.
Oh no! Not the Hall of Death again. The only way out of here is death.
Let's repeat that video.
Oh no! Not the Hall of Death again. The only way out of here is death. Oh no! Not the Hall of Death again. The only way out of here is death. Oh no!
Funny as fuck.
Not the Hall of
Alright,
Death
let's
again.
not put that in return. That's getting annoying. You gotta think about how stupid that line is. Not the Hall of Death again. The only way out is death. Holy shit, this fucking turret, man. This turret too. Yeah, they have quite a number of biters there. Shit. Just want to make sure I don't aggro them. We're just gonna make sure they haven't done any incursions into our base here while we just wait for the research to finish for that. Might be a good opportunity to make something. Yeah, it's looking good so far. I ran something over, but I don't care. I can't see all the time. You put walls around the turrets. Is that a new one? Or was that there before? Maybe a new one. I think they may have expanded. Wait, where's my pollution cloud? No, it's not in my pollution cloud, so I don't actually think it was there before. The walls around the turrets, I can do that, but the thing is, though, here's the thing. I was hoping my pollution would be less enough that I wouldn't actually need to do that. Fucking hell. We're just running over things. It's fine, though. Let's see how bad this fucking base is. Maybe we can take it out. See, the thing is, these things are engaged with the enemy, but as long as they're not getting destroyed, we're actually okay. How many worms are here? Alright. This is how Mike Latt plays this game. Biters dealt with. It was close enough that I basically said it probably should deal with it. Honestly, I don't even want that much. Okay, so I guess you don't have much context of what I'm doing because I really haven't told you what I'm doing. So the plan was basically to have minimal amounts of defense. And the reason why you're like deathworld, minimal amounts of defense. Why? Well, the plan was to basically have a very low pollution footprint, to basically rush up to the technologies which would allow me to basically kind of not have to worry about it, but I'm just trying to get a grasp of how exactly the biters react in certain situations. So in this particular game, what you're watching me do is I'm just trying to I theory crafted that basically what I can do in this game is I can have minimal amounts of turrets here, and as long as my pollution spread isn't that bad, basically they're only going to send out minor biters, which these little isolated turrets can handle, and they're basically trying to expand into my territory with those biters, just the minor ones. And so as long as we take them all out before they make a base, they can't expand to the point of which pollution becomes a problem for them, so problem solved. That's the theory anyways, and then I'm going to get to the point of which I get nuclear power and then laser tech. And then I'm going to build the wall around my territory, and I'm going to go into new territories with the laser turrets. So this stuff I can get with the laser turrets and all that kind of stuff. But the point is, right now, that we have to get up to that point. Where'd my car go? Was the car destroyed? I have a car? Oh yeah, I do have it. I picked it up. The fuck? Why would I do that? So, a hippie run essentially. Well, it's more like we understand already that we want to have an understanding of how the biters work and the fact that they evolve and there's nothing I can do about that. But it's a couple things about them that are interesting. So they evolve, we know that much. It's how to do preventative attacks and basically like that. Here we go. Oh, look at it. Look at this one. There's a fucking swarm over here. So I think this is also a scouting party, but I'm not exactly sure. That's what I'm trying to understand, because it's like you just want to prevent them from coming in and making a base. That way they don't attack you. Because they're outside of... Because basically the one thing we can guarantee is that there will be a free zone of where we spawn. That is the only guarantee I can make. Is that, like, basically wherever I start, it's going to be basically free of the biters. So we want to make it so that they don't come into our territory at all. But yeah, so eventually we're going to build a laser turret wall. We'll see how that goes, though. All right, so we don't need green pollution shit anymore. Let's see how our production is for this kind of stuff here. Okay, Torch is just going to be engaged with the enemy all the time. It's just something I'm going to have to accept. I'm surprised they haven't expanded over here, because this would be pretty bad for me. Cars in inventory. I just don't know why I packed it up. Alright, let's see how this is going. So, as expected, this is the limiting factor. The fucking... They just don't ever make it to the end here. We're gonna need more iron production, but that's fine. The other question we have is the iron actually reaching the end here? Yeah, it totally is. I mean, the thing is, it's leaching off the line a lot here, too. There's not much you can do about that, but as long as they're all producing, then... I mean, how can we really complain? I mean, actually, there's some gaps here, actually, that we should fix. So let's fix that up first. It should not be on that side. I mean, technically it needs to be on both sides, but... Wait, did I never power this one? No, I think I just placed that one. Basically, I kind of like games like this, where you have to kind of, use your old thinking noggin kind of thing to win. Like, to me, I think this is just an extension of the regular game, in a way. Where you don't want to, you basically want to have as much success as possible, so you're just trying to win kind of thing. I mean, if you want to play just the default mode, I mean, that's good too. But I like these kinds of situations the game kind of puts you into, because it's not unfair. I mean, it's the objectives kind of set out in front of you. I was actually really thinking of bringing this game to YouTube, actually. That's the thing. Okay, that's it for this iron mine. I can't possibly do any more with this, so if this isn't we're gonna have to make it. We're gonna have to get more iron somewhere else. Now, the one thing I'll say that I wasn't expecting was that I thought my pollution footprint would be actually a lot lower than it is right now. I'm learning that it's actually spreading at a very rapid pace, and I can guarantee it's because of these steam engines. Because the steam engines, they make about 27 pollution each. This is basically the equivalent of 3 mining drills. Unfortunately, I can't add efficiency modules to them. So, basically, it's just kind of one of those things you just have to deal with. So, I have to basically, right after oil processing, which will fix my oil issues here, I will have to go straight into... I'll have to go straight into the shit that gives us better, there's 2 things I need. I need the ovens, and I need nuclear power. Nuclear power is the bigger one, the ovens is the smaller one. The ovens is easier to do, because you have electric ovens. However, the problem with electric ovens, they use more power. Way more power. So, unless I was already going solar, I mean, what is the energy consumption on them? Where are they? Wow, I can't even see it right now, so... Furnace. Oh, you can do it. Yeah, so the power consumption is 180 watts. And we only have about, I mean, we have like 6 megawatts, so we definitely can't afford to upgrade everything. And by the way, that 6 megawatts is very subjective because it's not counting things like this, which aren't actually doing anything right now. But then again, I did just add a bunch of production modules, or sorry, efficiency modules, which did reduce the power output of these structures, so maybe it is an accurate one. Of course, Pat doesn't need to be here in order to be abused. You don't think this game would make a good LP? I think it would make an amazing LP, to be honest. I think it'd be great. I'm kind of learning I'm trying to figure out the best way of doing Deathworld, and if I figure that it's actually pretty fun, then... I mean, I did like shit like Cleopatra and shit, if you remember. So... you have to remember, I did a lot of games kind of like this. Alright. Let's do this. But, I mean, that's just me, I guess. It wouldn't be for a while, by the way, so don't even worry about it. And it'd probably be side by side with something else. I always do that. Don't worry, Warcraft 2 has my full attention right now, but I think it's actually a really nice game. I actually really like this. I want to get on the train with this until it's ruined by people who, like, are dumb. Live request for Tropico. I have never played that game though, so... Alright, what's the limiting factor here? Probably gears. Hey, I see this iron production? It isn't enough. Yeah, it's just gonna eat up all the iron. I mean, it's going down as fast as it can, so... I could probably afford to red belt this too, actually. We need more gears of war. Because if you see it kind of slow down here, you see like that, it means that it could actually use a red belt. I know it's just on one side, but... which may seem a little bit fucked up, but trust me, that's kind of how it works. I bet Pat regrets getting me into this game. Fuck. Needs like a shit ton. I mean, it's you know what? It's just full anyway, so I don't think adding any more would improve this any further. Because the minute I took it off the line, it was enough. These are both merging perfectly fine onto this one. And this thing's obviously eating ammo like no tomorrow. We need to refinish my Outpost DLP. I actually want to do that game. I actually really like that game. Fuck, did I just... oh no, I put it on there, good. We need to get like iron down here like really fast. But the thing is, to get it down here for the blue science, it requires us to have another iron line. We need a third one. We have 2 right now. We need a third one. And that's a very special thing to do. Because that would also raise the pollution if I don't use... See, I think the minute we get to... we basically just have to suck it up until we get to electric furnaces. I mean, one of the things we could also do is things like this, where like the ammunition is probably not necessary anymore. This shit is not necessary anymore. We don't need more gears. It's all about being smart about where your resources are allocated, and I wasn't being smart about it. I took gears off and it automatically made less everywhere else. So I gotta not do that. I mean, these furnaces will probably stop at some point, but it's not like they're consuming copper, iron at a very large pace. You can also skip to the last boss of Ukulele. I didn't like the game, so... I mean, there's really not much else to say about that game, it just... I didn't like it. I mean, you know what? The funny thing is, I didn't like Dark Souls either, but actually I'm kind of hankering to try Dark Souls again, weirdly enough. Because I think the last time I tried it, it was basically like, the chat was basically like, kind of like, I did it on Twitch, and I felt like, I just read the chat every once in a while, and they're like, oh man, I can't wait until he gets to this part, he's gonna die like 3 times. I'm like, the fuck? I'm just like, I felt like DSP. People were just kind of wanting to watch me fail kind of thing. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, why? That's not like a really great reason to play a game, is just to fail over and over again, so I just stopped playing it. But I feel like if I just closed the chat out, maybe I would like that game a lot better. Because I think there's some expectation there that I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do 2 here. Because I only have enough efficiency modules for that. Like I said, we want to get into the better ovens soon. Stat will still do it, and they'll tell you how to play too. I mean, oh god, like you know when I was starting Dota, the chat was horrible for that. Actually, I remember that. It was super fucking bad because there was some people telling me how to play Dota and telling me builds to do, and they were like, "Oh, it's easy how to play here. You just need to do like fucking 12 different things." And I'm like, "The fuck?" Like, and then it eventually got to the point where Pat's like just telling me, just told me to ignore the chat because I'm like, they're really not helping you out in this situation. I'm like, yeah, I don't think they are either. Make a steel chest. There you go. This is just to make sure that thing keeps going because we need as many walls as possible. I mean, it's not that I don't learn from games particularly well. It's just like I always felt like wanting to watch someone just fail over and over again. It's like because Pat fucking loves that kind of shit. Like that's the whole reason he lives to like watch like DSP. And I'm like that's really not that entertaining just to watch someone be a fuck up, you know. I just think I can do that on my own. Thank you very much, you know. Oh man. Let me put some gears in here. Where are my gears? There we go. No, well, like, I don't get the appeal of that, watching someone fail at a game over and over again. It's like, oh, no. Whatever, man. Holy shit, dude, this does not pick up iron plates fast enough. Whatever. I'm gonna try and get this going as fast as possible. We're gonna take a bunch of gears from this. I never found it amusing at all. I don't know. I'm like, honestly, when I watch Let's Plays, I wanted to watch someone like a little bit competent at it. That's the draw for me. I'm like, you know, or like anything, like streams or something, you know. I mean, actually, you know what? Like for streams, like for like Dota and stuff, I like watching Sing fuck around. It's funny. He's actually really funny at that game. He's actually great entertainment. You know, just his stupid builds and shit like that. I like that. I don't get to do that enough because in the games I have to try hard because I have to carry Assad. Nah, I should talk Assad a lot, but he's actually a good friend of mine. I like him. I never tell him that because that's how guys are. They never tell each other. Fucking that you appreciate their company. And you have nothing but the best of times together. Fuck. Can you put this in here? Thank you. That itself isn't the amusing part, it's the reaction. However, the failures do not waste the amusing from the reaction. I don't like incompetence either, that's why you watch me. Aww. That's so sweet. It's the sweetest thing you ever told me. Then why do you watch me if Pat's around? Pat's like the fucking epitome of failure. Nah, Pat's alright. That's fun to have around. I mean, you know, I don't mind certain people if like they at least learn from their mistakes, kind of thing. I just have a very low tolerance if they're like, I don't know. Like I watched something DSP did. Oh god, the fucking shit where he like played Black Mesa and couldn't crouch jump. Like holy shit. Dude, anytime I play like a game where it has the potential of where like it's basically an older game, I'm very hesitant to do if it has like a big fan base around it. I'm very hesitant to touch it because I'm just like, if I do anything wrong, people are gonna just fucking eat me alive for that. And that's what happened with Resident Evil. Resident Evil 4, I think it was, because it had such an enthusiastic fan base. People had no fucking tolerance for failure with that one. Because they're like, you missed a billion things. How did you miss this? I'm like, the fuck? I even had like a stream archive thing of that, and it was just fucking awful. Just people just shitting on me. It's really weird. Ultimately, competency is the most satisfying thing to watch. It really is actually. An excellent metaphor. If you drop a hammer on your foot and blame the hammer for breaking your toes, your DSP. Man, I saw some shit where like he was like Pat forced me to watch these how don't play things or something where it's like it's basically just him fucking with the game. People make like a montage of it, and he was apparently playing the game where he was like the apparently #1 in America for a while, and then he's just being a massive like tool in that as well. You know, if I want to be smart about this, I would have put the iron actually on the other side. And the reason why is because it actually would have taken it off the bottom, which would have been a really good idea, but I didn't do that, so. Because as you can see, the one lane just isn't moving, because I constantly have it at the top. I mean, here it's at the bottom, but this doesn't actually utilize the resources fast enough, but. I mean, it's just one of those things I just didn't think about at the time. I mean, this is kind of. You know what? How much is blue backed up? Blue is not backed up at all. So, this is kind of the problem I have right now in this game, is like, how do I make these assembly machine 2s faster? Because what's the limiting factor right now? It appears to be gears. Well, I mean, actually, there's something I can do to make it faster. I can do this. Oops. Because it actually, the gears need to have more, like, the gears need to be faster than this. Like, look at this shit. 10 gears, man. 10 gears for this. The thing is, this can only make 1 gear every half a second, so it's 2 gears per second. This, so it makes, 2 gear, so 4 gears, yeah, fucking, basically it needs another one of, another gear thing. But we can actually do that, actually, if we actually do that properly. The thing I was worried about was that it wouldn't actually get here fast enough, but actually now that I look at it, it's fine. Because here's what we can do. Just do this. Because before I thought we just would never get enough gears in here, but now I've thought about this again, and actually we can have enough. But the thing is, this is not possible if I'm sucking off the line, like, through the ammo and stuff. All of it has to be turned off to reach, like, the maximum throughput of this shit. Look at this. Holy shit, now iron plates are, like, the problem. And the thing is, they can't fucking insert it any faster than that. The only thing I could do is get the red inserter on some other side. That's insane. Or actually, I have an idea. Look at this shit. I'm the best video gamer ever. I just had an idea. It's gonna look like shit, but I'm sure at some point we'll just fix this up. Look at this. This is like maximum throughput. I don't think I can make any faster than this. All right, it's almost 100%. 5 more hours. I'll warn you, people will be salty over you missing items in Warcraft 3. But I kind of want to play Warcraft 3 again. As I said, I've only played that game once, and I think it's one of those things that I never gave it the chance it deserved. I basically didn't like it from the get-go, because it wasn't like StarCraft. I just expected StarCraft out of it, which is really bad on my part. Like, I don't know why I would think that, but I mean, it was just a bad thing overall for me to do. So, I mean, of course it's not StarCraft. That can be fucking break, but that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted more StarCraft, and it didn't give me that, so it's whatever. So as I said, I kind of like the fact I'm going through a couple of games like Mass Effect again, and Mass Effect 2, and then Warcraft 2, because these are all games that I kind of undervalued them a lot, I think. By the way, I'm manually feeding this stuff, don't worry about it. I basically I didn't give it the chance it deserved, kind of a thing. And in the case of Mass Effect, it was more of like, I thought a lot more highly of it than I probably should have, because it actually was really not a good, I wouldn't say it was a bad game, but I would say it wasn't as good as I thought it was. Most people play Warcraft 3 for Dota anyways, yeah, and I only got on the Dota train, like, what, fucking gazillion years after, kind of thing. The game was well mature when I got into it. Alright, this is now going much faster. Alright, so the plan here is, question is, do I want to try risking electric furnaces first, or do I want to try doing something else? I'm trying to think of what else I could do. Because I may not have the power required for electric furnaces, but on the other hand, I might have it. You know, we're gonna look at the research requirements for when this is all done. I mean, actually, we should start setting up some stuff for oil processing. Actually, we're gonna need some iron gears for that. Let's do this one thing at a time, because I think realistically, all Deathworld is about getting up to the point of which you can build, you can scale indefinitely, and not overdoing it before that point. So, like, you know, like the amount of steam engines I have there, probably it's a lot, but I think we'll be fine overall. I want one of these things. I want another raider. I mean, I would recommend Dota. It's actually, I mean, if you have thick skin, it's a great game, but you need to have thick skin. You need to be able to laugh off shit. Like, you just need to be able to go like, kind of, what the fuck is this person doing on my team? What an idiot, and then just laugh it off, and that's it. If you just get too frustrated by this shit, then it's not an enjoyable experience for you. And you know what? It isn't for everybody. It truly isn't. It's very addicting in its own way. It's a very, very well-made game. That is the one thing I have to say, is that the guy who does all the balancing for that game, he's a fucking genius. He's so good at it. And the reason he's really good at it is because of the way he doesn't directly nerf heroes. He reworks them and does like weird buffs, and basically if he nerfs something, it's always like a little numeric value. And the little numeric values mean a lot. I've been around for like Blizzard doing balancing changes, and Blizzard is like, yeah, this person's popular, so we're gonna just fucking like nerf them into the fucking ground, you know, kind of thing. It's really annoying, actually. Alright, so apparently nuclear requires concrete, and concrete has a very high tech cost as well. I should have actually been doing this earlier, but I didn't. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually risk the ovens. We're gonna risk it, fellas, because I want to get up to that point. So, with that being said, I think I want to get maybe some more research going, because it'll actually speed it up. But then again, this doesn't go fast enough. Oh yeah, you're right. I gotta make concrete. You're right. I forgot about the massive requirements for that. Shit, I should have gotten started with that much sooner. Fuck. Yeah, thank you for reminding me about that. I forgot that the concrete requirements were like huge for that. Okay, is there like a small patch of iron somewhere? Oh, there's that. Stone is right there. Alright, I know how we're gonna do this. Concrete to keep the radiation in, pretty much, yes. I forgot about how much it required. Yeah, we need that. But don't worry, I got this under control. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Actually, we can just kind of... Actually, we can just take from this one right here. Kind of debating how to do this, but I mean, it's pretty easy. We don't have enough belts, though. On Real World, it was 500 per reactor, if I remember right, so you're looking at 2,000 per reactor if the cost changes. I mean, it doesn't actually do like a direct one-to-one. No, it's 500 concrete and 500 advanced circuit, alright. Yeah, you're right, we definitely have to change how we're doing this. Centrifuges also require a great deal of concrete. I forgot how much concrete this needed. A 500 copper plate. So, advanced circuits. So, here's what we're going to do. Alright, so we didn't quite plan that out perfectly, but yes, this is definitely... So we're going to take out some steel plates from here, first off. And second off, we're going to go down here. Make a filter inserter, which we technically already have, so I didn't need to fucking make another one. This is going to start taking red chips off the line. Where's the red chips? And it's going to go into this box, and this box is going to be limited to, let's say, 400. No, that's 4 stacks, that's 200 each. That's 800. I think we don't need 800. I think 600 might be the best play. There you go. So it'll take it off the line, put it into the box. So we're just constantly making them. That's the first thing we're going to do. Still don't need efficiency modules, I think. I think the way what I have is fine. No, well, okay, here's the thing. When we play an expensive mode, the way it works is that the cost of the concrete actually might be different, but it doesn't actually look like it's that much different, so never mind. But that's generally what changes. It's the cost of raw materials that changes, which in effect increases the cost of everything else. So electric mining drill, I think, was always this much, but the thing is the iron gear wheels doubled in price and the electronic circuits tripled in price, which was a huge limiting factor in this case. So that's where the actual problem lies. So we'll just make the concrete over here, we'll be fine. We're gonna have to make a piping, we're gonna have to pipe it over here. So, yeah, you gave me a very good point. Thank you very much for that. I should have been doing it before, much sooner, but I didn't. So, rest in pepperonis. The thing is, this iron's going to run out pretty soon. And, I mean, we have coal for fucking days here, so we don't have to worry about that. Where's, is there any more water? No, it's just here. Actually do something here. Actually, in fact, I might actually just go say, because we need to bring water over there first. First off, where's the pump? We do this. You know, solar may have actually been the play here, to be honest. I didn't actually think of the cost as being that high, but they are actually enormously high. But then again, see, the reason I didn't want to go solar was because I figured that nuclear was also a very good option. Because nuclear is not that far from the tech tree. But now that I think about it, it may have actually been, it's just that, like, you have to make so many solar panels and accumulators to make solar work. That's the problem. Whatever, I'll just put this over like this. It'll be fine. So if you can't do that properly, then it doesn't work out that well for you. I'm gonna make some more labs, actually. go do that. Be back in a while. Mike, remember to build more tanks for a while instead of deleting and replacing them? Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I mean, actually, we don't need to make any more tanks, actually. Because all we really need to be doing now is we need to be, Why is this guy fucking yelling in my ear? We already did advanced oil processing, so we actually should be switching that pronto. I'm not sure why I haven't switched to it yet. So this is gonna drastically increase our science production. You could probably even make more than this. Because this is like 30 times 1,000 of these things, and they're making it at full speed. Like, it's backed up, so it's just really needs to be used. I mean, I could also just make it down this way too. Maybe that's a good idea. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How's our power usage for the science? Holy shit, okay, I changed my mind. Yeah, we can't do it. We'll just utilize these last two. Yeah, we did. That fucking uses up all of our all of our fucking power, man. This ain't no hipster shit. Okay, that's the best way of doing things for now. Oh, I have a heavy armor. What the fuck? And then when they made that. Alright, let's go fix our oil production, because concrete is going to be done for a little bit of time. So we actually have time to do some oil stuff for chemical plants. So, we just unlocked oil cracking. So we're going to go smoke some crack with some oil, obviously. Yeah, it's this shit. Why do I have like an assembly machine 1? Oh, because I used it up somewhere. Alright, so we're gonna just bring the pipes in from over here. Let's make some more of this underground pipes. I love underground pipes. Fuck. It lets you pass through things. This ain't no hipster shit. The best music. Actually, I fucking hate this shit. Yeah, let's switch stations. Let's go to... What's folk music like? because these things only make like 10 each. Yeah, so that solves that problem. So we don't need to do anything related to, because we can just do the oil cracking and then we make shit tons of petroleum. It's also instrumental rock. Try Buckethead. Buckethead artist. Soothsayer. Alright. I'm done cracking my neck. Now I can do some other shit. Oh dude, we can have big electric poles now. Fuck yeah. That's much better than the shit I was doing. Look at this fucking garbage I've made here. Yeah, see turrets on the map engaged. It's because they're trying to expand. Should do this because I'm tired of these things being all in the way. I hate these fucking things. Just want big poles. That way I don't drive into them constantly. So this production is not great. What did I do that raised it so much though? The thing is, we really actually don't want to do any more steam than we already have. How much concrete needs 1 iron ore every 10 seconds? This definitely makes 1 iron ore every 10 seconds. Fuck, I'm out of belts. Anyways. So, I'm not in a huge rush to do military science. After we fix our power issues, and after we've upgraded these things to bigger furnaces, we can bring more iron onto the lines. We've now fixed our petroleum issues as well. It's now basically permanently fixed because that's what advanced oil cracking does. It lets us downshift anything that we want. And now you see that there's less iron coming down the line, and that is for one reason only. It's because it's being used here now. That's just the nature of the beast. When we start using more science further up the line, there becomes a production issue later down the line. That's why the blue science appears to be slower. It's because that happened. The minute we stop researching this, it will fix it. It will correct itself. So that's why we also need more iron production to come down the line as well. Just kind of the nature of things. This isn't bad. You know what, I honestly hate listening to people sing. I don't know what it is with me, I just don't like vocal music. Could be the fact that I think everybody sounds like a banshee. Alright, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna balance these lanes up. Let me do this. So there's a couple of things that we need in order to make some nice defenses. Let's see what the evolution factor is. This isn't a cheat code, by the way. Okay, it's stuck at 0.41. So it's pretty bad, but it's not awful. Basically, the turrets that you see me having on the outsides, they're not going to last forever. And eventually we're also going to have to wall it off too, because they're just going to become stronger. It's just the nature of this mode. There's nothing you can do, they're going to become strong. So as I said, the ultimate plan was to secure ourselves to the point where we can stop triggering attacks with pollution. That's the ultimate goal. Alright. So this is where we're going to get our stone from. Well, we even get some coal there too. We have like 50 stone furnaces. It's fucking ridiculous. Alright, concrete's almost done. And then after, I mean, it's a question of do we want to go straight for nuclear power or do we want to go for electric furnaces first? Do we have sulfur processing? I think I did that, didn't I? Ah, good, I did do that. Excellent. Sulfur is needed to extract uranium. I knew there's some reason why I was doing it. So we're going to get our uranium either from... There's a little bit here, but I think we're mainly going to get it from over here, which you can't actually see. Well, we can actually see what the numbers are. This is 11k, this is 73k. This is enough for anything we want. We don't have to bring it in by train, we don't have to do anything funny with it. We just kind of have fun with it. Alright, where's 2 furnaces? Yeah, I might as well just go straight nuclear. I don't see a fucking reason not to go straight nuclear. I should get rid of some of this wood I have. Yeah, you don't even need coal, you need wood. It's like the best way I can think of just getting rid of all this shit. Actually, what the hell was I doing with this thing? Alright, let's go straight to nuclear. There we go. 4,000! Holy shit. I mean, it's not gonna get any faster. Yeah, we should do probably the furnaces first. Let me guesstimate. Right, 1 sec. Science requires 60. Yeah, no, we can't do that. We gotta go nuclear first. We actually do not have an option. That's gonna take literally a long time, but that's fine, because we got plenty to do in that time. Yeah. No, you're right. Rush nuclear. And we can make memes about bombs and shit. You know? Actually... How slow is this? Actually, how many blocks does each concrete thing need? Where's concrete? Actually, I think I did this all wrong. Fucking for real? What do I have in my inventory? That's apparently all this. Oh my god. I can't get rid of this shit. Let me just get a chest here and just fucking put some garbage in there. Because the concrete is like... needs 100 water, 5 stone bricks. So we just need 1 of these boxes. Hook it up to 2 of these things. And the sad thing was we're gonna actually upgrade this actually a little later, but whatever. Where's fucking the woods in here? That does it. It was a good way of getting rid of wood, actually. A good idea. Alright, so this goes into an assembly machine. Do I not have any? Guess not. How fast do I need concrete is the real question. This makes like 10 concrete per thing. I honestly don't think I need it that fast. I don't think it's that urgent. Do this. There's a lot of fucking iron for this. Alright. How many bricks is it making? I say probably could just make 2 boxes of this shit. Yeah, let's try and do 2 boxes. Yeah, I see that you're fucking attacking somewhere. Right there. They're coming in. We'll check that out in just a moment. Alright, this also has no place to put it at the moment. Do I have some ammunition and shit to replace the lines up there? Yes, I do. Alright, we're gonna go check it out now. So this is gonna just infinitely make this stuff now. I think we're good now. Alright. We should also check to make sure that the red chips are okay, because we do need a lot, but if we're eating them all at the end, it's probably slowing down the science anyways. There you go. I mean, they didn't actually get in at all. What kind of biters were they? I mean, they were little bits, but oh shit, this guy got damaged a fair bit though. Okay, I guess we'll put one more chart on this northern wall. The actual only wall we have. Everything else is just turrets spread out everywhere. Constantly get emails from Path of Exile now. I am on my wish list is on sale. Oh, there we go. Arcane character effect. That's nice. I'll get that before we end. That's actually something I've been waiting for. Should we look it up now? Meanwhile, you guys can listen to this.
The only way out of here is death. Oh no, not the Hall of Death again. The only way out of here is death. Oh no, not the Hall of Death again. The only way out of here is death.
Yeah, I have to know that. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, I'm not logged in. Do they have like an arcane effect that I really wanted for Path of Exile? So, there we go. Arcane character effect. I think Baller is fucking gonna piss off Pat so much the first time we go. It's like the fucking 10 chickens I have. There's nothing we all love more than frustrating Pat. Alright, let's see how the stone is doing for the concrete. Alright. Oh, here you go. Oh, that's actually really nice. The only problem is it's actually not making the stone fast enough. Well, actually, I think it barely is. It might actually not be 100% efficient. Actually, it only uses 5, actually. And you know what we can also do? We can just give it stone. I have a shit ton of stone. What the fuck am I talking about? Fuck it. Like, we just want the concrete to be made. Alright. So, now... Well, so this is completely independent, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, the thing we do have to worry about is the fact that I can 100% guarantee you right now that there is a problem over here. And that is because it's making a bit of this science, but it's eating up the iron ore, so it's not even making it to the end here. So blue science is just completely stopped. And blue science is the limiting factor here. So, but there's really not a whole lot we can do about that, so... I mean, no matter what, it's just gonna get eaten. I mean, we do have one option, and that's to make more fucking furnaces. Which is an option I don't really like. But, you know what? Actually, I actually might do that. And I might make it a temporary thing. I'm gonna feed the furnaces myself, just to fix the supply issue. It doesn't need to be a lot of furnaces, it just needs to be a few. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna raise the production up there of this shit, and I'm gonna put it into its own box. And I'm just gonna remember to take it out of there. Where's 2 more mining drills? Just 1 more, that's all we have. I mean, honestly, that's probably enough. This is actually some pretty baller music. It's all about them guitar solos, man. Alright, so the plan is, right now, we can even put the solid fuel in, but coal probably burns better. So we're gonna just take a shit ton of coal off the line. And what we're gonna do is take these guys right here, see? Actually, no, it needs to be on the other side, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna look like fucking dog shit, and I won't lie. But it's all for a good cause. Because we're just, like, I don't want to make another line. We just need to kind of band-aid this to fucking work a bit better. Fuck it, you can have solid fuel, I don't care. Alright, so we have all that, right? And now we go back up here. Because it's just, we have like a little bit of copper shortage at the end, and this is slowing down the nuclear fucking research dramatically. Like, holy shit, it's slowing it down. But we have a bunch now. And if we just kind of, it's just 8 more furnaces, I think is all it needs, and then they'll just fucking add enough copper, I think, that... sorry, enough iron, because I just don't want to make another line. At the same time, you don't want it to go slowly, so... I also don't want to add a whole lot of pollution. Just make another mining drill. Or 2. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum. Look at this one couldn't even end it. This one couldn't even fucking drop it off on this line. Holy shit, you know what? I'm gonna just eat a bunch from this line here. And we're gonna fucking feed it ourselves, actually. Look at that. Okay, this may have been slightly overdoing it for this thing. Just fucking... Not enough is coming down the line, actually. Let's just let's use that inserter. Where's this guy? Alright, so As I said, yeah, there you go. You can already see that the progress bar is going slightly more. I mean, the funny thing is that nuclear isn't even going to fix our problems ultimately, but... The problem's over here. Oh, because I gave it a shit ton of stone actually, so no, that's fine. Alright, so we need to keep the copper going. Actually, I didn't take any of the copper, even though I said I would. Or not the copper, the iron. 91. That isn't a lot, but whatever. We'll just deal with it. Alright, so we go down here. And we're just gonna... What the hell is this thing's from? Oh. It ran out of fuel. Nuclear needs the nukes and nukes solve everything, Mike. Yeah, some of you fuckers are gonna basically go like, Mike, but nuclear right now. It's a flawless plan. I thought this was supposed to be vocal, or sorry, instrumental. For some reason it just got weird. Yeah, I like this vocal now. What the fuck? This guy who suggested it is a fucking... He's an asshole. Alright, that's all the coal ever. Oh yeah, it's just, it ran out of fucking iron ore, because I can't possibly put any more in. That's fine, you know what? We have tons here. So, let's oh, there we go, the chip's actually filled up. Oh, fucking beautiful. Let's see here. 500, 100, okay, we may need slightly more than that actually. We may need another stack. Which is also not helping our situation right now, but fuck it. It's just going as fast as I can make it go. I can't make it go any faster than that. I mean, another good idea might be to research something else that doesn't require blue science, because the matter of fact is I need like... Here's the way it works. So it's like 2 seconds for each one of these. These require one of them, but they take 12 seconds to make. So technically for every 6, which I have 6, as long as this is producing 100% of the time, it can feed all 6 of these. But the question is, it has to be doing 100% of the time. Right now it's not doing 100% of the time. Right now all of a sudden green chips are a problem. Why are green chips a problem? Who the fuck knows? Oh, because like it started making red chips again, and so then it has to take off the green chips line. Not as many of them make it down here. This game is a never-ending... Okay, so basically what I've learned here is that I actually shouldn't have started this. I should have started this after the research was done. But at this point it's almost done, so fucking might as well let it do its thing. But we'll just give it green chips. Just feed it what it wants. So I mean, nuke the radiation away. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Alright, let's go on a low drive again. I mean, I don't know really how else to fix this up. Like, anymore. I think it's very much, as I said, a game of, when you play a marathon, you gotta get up to those techs and stuff that produce pollution. And if you don't get to the ones that produce pollution, well, guess what? You're in trouble. Because then they're gonna attack you even more frequently. Because it becomes a question of what do you want to do? Do you want to be making a shit ton of turret defenses? So if you don't give a flying fuck about pollution, you can basically spend all your time on all this shit that like all these turret defenses, things like that, or you could basically care about pollution and then reduce the pollution so they don't even attack you really to begin with. So this is the route I chose. I don't know if it was the correct play. I mean, here's the thing. This is probably not going to be the last time I tried deathworld, but here's one of the fun things. You can play on a desert, and the desert, there, no matter what I do, you cannot reduce the pollution enough to basically do that. So you got to start turret production immediately. right? Which is some hilarious shit. So I mean, that's the next step above this. You know, if and when I finish this one, it's all about going to that next one, right? And then and so that one you can't do what I'm doing now. You have to prepare for them to attack your base no matter what, because they will do it. So that one's also a really amusing one in its own right. Fuck, really? I don't have electronic circuits for this? So, I mean, that would be my next plan. Okay, I'm gonna come back with some circuits. Okay, I need repair kits. So that's kind of amusing in its own way. Kind of fun way of playing through things. Whoops. Fuck. Whatever. I'll just come back here. So, like, what I'm doing right now won't work. I need to make a robot army. I mean, I want to get there. So, I mean, that's also a very interesting one, because then that's a world where you just don't give a fuck about the amount of pollution you're creating. You're just like, no matter what, they're gonna try and fucking kill me. So let's just go and make the best out of the situation. Fucking just go ham. Do I have more space here? These things? I maybe do. And I need repair packs. Oh yeah, these things are done. These ones are almost done. Well, one of them finished. So, that one's a really interesting one. That wasn't what I started with here, because my first run of Deathworld, I wanted it to be one where I actually learned the biters' habits and how they deal with spawners and shit like that. That's honestly what I wanted out of this run. And this is running out of iron now. That's a problem. And also, I'm not eating the iron from that. It's kind of a problem. Dun dun dun. So, this one right here, this furnace fucking layout, it's gonna be the first to go. Highly fucking unfortunate. I mean, right now we're okay, but it's gonna run out super soon. One copper belt. That one copper belt is messed up, really? Oh yeah, you're right, I messed it up, my bad. Thanks for pointing that out. Oops. I didn't pay attention to that. Oh, there we go. Do it again, I wasn't looking. What are you talking about? Do it again. Anyways, yeah, so, I mean, this whole run, I'm just kind of theory crafting how I'm going to eventually do desert, because, I mean, here's the thing of how I know how this game works. The trees absorb a great deal of pollution. The grassy ground here actually matters for each chunk, and the chunks are divided into whatever. Is there like a debug thing for pollution stuff? Pollution values? No. Just wondering if I can visually show it to you, but I don't think I can. No. Okay. I don't know what the rest of that does, but whatever. So that's how the pollution works. So basically, this is the most ideal starting location. We got water on one side, we don't have to worry about it. Turrets are being damaged. Okay. We have water on one side, we don't have to worry about the attacks coming from one angle. We have some turrets here and stuff like that. You know, we didn't rush military science or anything fun like that. We just kind of like, it's difficult, but we took it slow and steady and things like that, just to kind of get a taste of how things are in this difficulty. And as I said, the first thing I've learned is like, yeah, if you're doing it like this one, it's going to be slow sometimes. Particularly nuclear power right now is a huge problem, and I kind of know what the limiting factor with that is, but the problem now becomes like I can't exactly just say let's wait it out because they spawn, they're getting more difficult. So I'm gonna have to basically in a moment try and accelerate it to a very outrageous degree, because I am not satisfied with this at the moment. This is bad. Alright, let's head back. Fuck. Because this isn't acceptable how long it's taking. We actually can't do that. We may have to make another iron line. Can't trees just die? Like, this is coming from the nature lover guy. Literally just destroyed after I left there. Alright, you know what? Let's just leave it be for now. We'll go back there in a moment. Like I said, this isn't acceptable. How long this is taking. Let's do blue inserter maybe. Because we actually can't have this happen. So what is eating it all right now? You're just saying that's from pollution. Yeah, it's chips, because of the red shit. Fuck. Hell. Just not getting enough green chips down the line, but here's the thing. We can't make more, because, look at this. It has enough. Because it's being used here and subsequently here, because we decided to start stockpiling red chips, and we should have saved that until the end. Ironically, it actually should stop. It should actually fix itself very soon, because this will stop being used, and then yeah, there. Look at this. We actually just witnessed it. Basically, get to the point of which it's gonna up the green chip production and all the way through. Holy fucking shit. What the fuck is this? That's a tree. Can't all trees die? Oh man. There we go. Like, this is actually going a little bit faster now. Yeah, we actually literally can't really do this any other way. Like now, the chips aren't the problem anymore. It's fucking. Sorry, the green chips are the problem, but I don't know how to direct more of them here, because it's being used a little bit by the red lines here, and a little bit here occasionally. But I mean, its production is essentially maxed out. Well, it could stand to be a bit higher, actually. All right, we're gonna try and fix this actually right now. Could be a bit weird, but. Need some more stone bricks though. Let's go get some more of those. I'm trying to band-aid this problem so that the nuclear power comes out faster. I think we can squeeze a bit out of every single line, just a little bit more. Do I have red splitters? Yes, I do. Fuck, just gets the... Fast transport belts, man. Let's see how well this works out. All these resources stuck at the end of their lines. What do you mean by that? I was basically saying that I think the problem here is that this could use a slight little bit more. Weirdly enough, it's crafting at a pretty decent speed, but yeah. Now this belt is completely full. These turrets are engaged. Look at this shit, man. Like, how does this happen? Because it's just using a little bit of time down there. Fuck. I mean, the only thing I can think of is to red belt everything here, which is not ideal. But I think we're gonna have to do it. Oh, when did I tell you to do that? Oh, that's why. Let's get some splitters going here. See, it eventually gets tied up over here. So if I make it at least go all the way down there, it should actually be much better off. Let's just eat it all up. Because this is definitely not producing at the maximum speed that it should be doing it at. I know that much. I'm trying my best to just band-aid this shit where... Okay. So this is going much faster. I mean, I can also power through this as well. There we go. This is a little bit more of what we want. And there you go. Now it actually makes it to the end. Now green chips are made faster. And now you can actually see them making it down the line much quicker. And this is backing up because it's not having to make red chips anymore. That's the main thing, actually. But this in itself, it has done its huge dividends right here, because it's actually making it sort of to the end. I actually might make a balancer here. We have a problem if it only takes from one line, so this is a bit of another band-aid solution, but what can you do? There. This now, it distributes it to both lines now. So as soon as this one gets full, it goes onto this side and goes down this one. We'll remove this later. And now you can actually see the chips just seriously kicked up in production as well. My god. It actually cannot remove the copper cables fast enough. So it's 2 copper cables every half a second. Yeah, and then times... Well, it's 2 copper cables every half a second. Yeah, and this electronic circuits take half a second to make. Basically what we need to do is eventually get to the point of which stack inserters where are they? This one right here. This one that costs 1,000, but it's it adds a bonus pickup. There's actually no other way of doing this. Because, yeah, or get a stack inserter period, which also could help, but, you know, they really just need the bonus. Alright, let's see, how is this guy doing? Yeah, they're going to start to make it to the end very soon. So you actually see that they're already at the end here. That's all that's needed. You know what I could also do? I can just make some of them myself. Just need to craft in more iron plates. Oh. I mean, can't I just kind of make them myself? But that's going to require a lot of them. There you go. So they can start going. It's just ridiculous how much it needs, man. Yeah, and now look at this. Iron's the problem now. I put gears in there so we'll stop taking the gears, and that means it'll get around to the end. It's insane. I honestly feel like, in a way, the only way to play this is like to have saved up a lot of like science 3s. Like, it's either that or you gotta fucking figure out where to increase your production lines. Look at this fucking trash. It's just, now it's the iron's a problem. I mean, that's what I made this for, but I don't think it's the solution. I mean, this shit's about to run out. So, I mean, where's the other place I can go? That place sucks. I'm already sapping from this one already. I mean, I can get a little bit from here, but I mean, this might actually be what I need. Maybe I should take it from there. Actually might be a decent idea. Except here's the thing. To do that, to begin with, I need to spend a bunch of iron ore to make more iron ore. And it's one of those things, it's like, how far do you want to go? Because already I'm yellow belting all this shit all the way from somewhere. Yeah, this is like a perfectly even line almost. I think we can maybe have 2 more at the end here, but I mean, it's like, how much more do you really want to be doing? Yeah, and I can't. Oh, there we go. There's some copper plates in there. So we can put 2 more on the end here, but I just don't know, man. I don't know if you guys have any suggestions for how to fix this problem, because this is extremely fucking slow. And it's not just a matter of, oh hey, you know, you need to reduce it, because this is 4,000 of each. 4 fucking thousand of each. Alright. You know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fucking scale this shit, motherfucker. I just decided, guys, just now. Fuck aliens. Because we have a serious problem here. Okay. So let me just tell you where we stand. This is our only achievable patch here, is right, this one right here. Right? This one is running out. This one is already being tapped. Actually, we can just take it from that one. Actually, and we can just feed it into through the same line. I don't even know why I'm making this complicated. Alright, I may have made this a little bit too complicated, because I just, yeah, I'm fucking retarded. Alright, we're making another line. Even if it is using these shitty ass furnaces. Okay. I've just decided this is what we're doing. So we need to make a crap ton more miners. Because no matter what, this shit's gonna run out soon. And it's gonna run out before we get to nuclear. Like, no matter what I do, if I like it or not. So the problem right now is iron plates don't make it to the end. We're gonna need more iron plates. Facts of life, guys. Facts of fucking life. We need more iron plates. But the problem is it's not coming down the line fast enough. So we need to increase it. The copper is fine. The copper can go fuck itself. It's all about the other stuff there. So, 2 more of these. I think we just gotta go like balls out. This might mean that we could resume green chip production. I'm gonna think about it. We're gonna resume green chip production actually. Even though it's not gonna barely get anything. Actually, let's do just 1. That's what we'll do. Alright. So that's the plan for that. And we're gonna just eat off the fucking lines, so it's gonna slow down the production again, but I think it's all for a good cause. And that cause is getting our asses some better fucking production lines going. Alright, but this is the last copper, you see? Like, sorry, not copper, this is the last iron we have. Like, after this, there's actually really nothing we can do. But that's just facts of life, guys. Fuck. Why is some British person talking to me? It is in Kent. Alright. So here's the play. We are chopping this shit down. We're doing what I didn't want to do, and that was to increase the copper lines by a whole another measure, because it's just fucking dumb. Alright. There's just no way we can do this without making another line. I mean, it just wasn't gonna happen. Maybe we'll just eventually do something with this some other time. Fucking music. Holy shit. Yeah, this is glorious. Alright, so we're making another copper line now. This unfortunately means aliens are gonna fuck my shit up, but with a bit of determination and hopefully not fucking getting destroyed, it'll be fine. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even the man in the music was laughing at me. Alright, and we got one line. Okay, we do that line. Have another underground belt somewhere. There we go. We do this. Got a couple more of these guys going. This is gonna fuck our pollution up so bad, by the way. There was a very good reason I did not want to do this. But the time for reasoning is now over. Only feeding. No more reason ever. Oh, what the fuck? Let's do something like that. There you go. Still trying to expand there. Fuck, really? Actually, that one doesn't even need to be there. Because it's already mined everything. This could be so worth, guys. It's gonna be worth except for that whole fucking thing where we're gonna fucking die. Horrible, slow, painful death. Okay, well, I didn't quite anticipate this happening, but I mean, we'll just bring it to the other side, I guess. Didn't quite plan this out, but that's fine. Honestly, I didn't think I'd have another fucking iron mine this early in the game. Alright. Alright, let's put some more down here. Holy shit. We have fucking done some work here. So, I have an entire new copper line, untouched, coming down. The key is to not necessarily feed it in here. Feed it in later. Okay. This might be a little bit too much later, but you know what? Actually, no, I'm optimistic about that. So it's slowly coming down the line, right? But look at this fucking shit. Bam. Bam, just straight in there. This gives iron completely in every part of the line. It does raise pollution though by a pretty substantial amount though, but now this is no longer the problem. I mean, there is now a problem kind of with actually I think we're good now. There's like 1 second where it doesn't get anything. But I don't think we can really fix it. Actually, we can. It's gonna be fucking idiotic, but... what would you have me do? Fuck, can you just let me through? I fucking hate this, what I'm doing here. It's just such like a band-aid solution to this issue, because I didn't plan for this to begin with. This is honestly what the problem is. If I had planned for this, it would have been much better, but I didn't do that, so... just kind of dumb about it. Fuck. Alright, so we do that. Fuck, I actually removed it here. Yeah, it gets everything fast enough now. Look at that. This is what was needed. Glorious. Just absolutely glorious. The gears actually might slightly not be enough. I was slowing it down now. Electronic circuits. No, why are they slow? I mean, just barely not enough copper. As if this thing was... oh, I'm doing the copper all the time. I like it when reasoning goes down out the window. Hey, man. We're just trying to get nuclear power, man. Alright. I mean, this is as much as we can get in terms of copper ore. So... I mean, I try to make these belts faster too, but... I mean, ironically, I can probably make it a little bit better, but... I don't even understand this, why it just like goes sometimes, like, look at this, why is this backing up and this isn't? How much this is a fucking make, who even knows? Oh, it's backing up because I added ore into them, that's why. This is actually how it's supposed to be. I mean, we have a solution here as well, and that's to basically upgrade these into red belts and bring them all the way down. But not a big fan of that either. This Your World of Powers is a separate one. It's a completely separate one. I've been working on this since yesterday. And it's fucking green ass chips all the time. Just get rid of some of this stuff. See, right here, I even made a fucking, like, this is where more green chips are going to be made. And clearly that is not happening. It cannot happen. I found it to be like the weirdest thing in the world. We get 38 now. Because we're eating off the line slightly, and that eating off the line resulted in a penalty to the amount of ships we make, so... oh, man. Alright, we need to actually see what's going on over there. There's actually been some fucking disasters apparently over there. Where's my car at? Car's over there. And we can now start making magazines again. Where's my turret? Okay, I need some turrets. This is a completely separate one. Pat had nothing to do with this one. Oh, this is eating it. Fuck it. Just fucking stop. Just fucking stop. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Look at these guys just eating up all my ammunition. Okay, more green chips will make it down the line as soon as I stop that. We just cannot do anything but this. It's fucking retarded, man. You know what, you can have fucking this fuel, I don't care. Holy shit, this game. Alright, and the car's up here. Look at that. Look at these fucking lines, man. I think that actually may not be enough in terms of ore production. Oh, there's also not a... This guy isn't powered. Yeah, there's actually a bit of gaps here. Let's go check out how the fucking lines are holding. Let's not drive into that. G6, yeah, this is fine for now. These haven't been substantial attacks. You can see a bit of spitters there, but it's only because the pollution is just barely hitting them. Imagine if the pollution was spreading like up here. You'd be against the fucking horde, man. Look at that shit right here, man. Medium spitter. Like I think they're congregating here for an attack. I want to give it a bit more ammo, not this fucking much. This is insane, man. Okay, so they killed some of the turrets down here. You can see them, like their AI kind of seems to just congregate in one location to do an attack. They kind of gather and then they go in. Like you can see them actually grouping up here. Like I found the path that they're going to go. That is an insane attack. Hey, you see these turrets? It's not enough. Holy fucking shit though. Just decided I really actually don't like this. We're securing this a little bit better. Look at this fucking garbage. There's a shit fuck ton of them. And like I said, it's because the pollution is reaching them. I know it's because the pollution's reaching them. But what else can I do? And I know they're attacking from over here too, because you can actually see the redness. I mean, they're coming from up here too. Insane, man. Well, nuclear power appears to maybe be going a bit better. But we're going to have a look at that in a second, because we are going to up the production of science. Because I am getting fucking tired of waiting for that, so... You know, one of the advantages of basically adding like a third more iron to your lines at the end is that you get to make more fucking electric things or whatever the fuck they are, and the drills, and then we can put that onto the line. Fuck you, I'm just gonna pass by, it's okay. We're gonna add some more, and we're gonna make a lot more fucking science 3s. Cause look at this, this is just fucking, this is pathetic, honestly. So, we are fucking done with this goddamn bullshit, and we are going to make more things for this. Look at this, it's just no electronic circuits. Honestly, I don't even know if I can do this. Dude, it's literally just fucking eating all of it. Like, the fuck? This one never even sees electric mining drills. How's this even fucking possible, man? The amount of copper this wants, man. Holy shit. Yeah, you see, the fact that it's not getting backed up at all for green ships means that green ships is not the problem. You know what? You know what? I just fucking... I'm giving up on this fucking trying to be all like environmental or whatever the fuck. We're done with that, guys. I just realized this is not sustainable at all, because we're gonna lose if we do this. Because this is just not, this is not winnable like this. Steel furnaces. We're upgrading this to red lines right here. All this shit. No, it's not it doesn't need a restart. It's the problem is we're just never gonna get to any of the green stuff to prevent them from attacking me if I don't generate things I need. These are all problems of scale, every single one of them. And do you know how you fix problems of scale? You fucking scale. That's the only way to fix problems of scale like this. So, we fucking work on this right now. Because iron isn't the problem, now copper's the problem. Like, it's just, it's never ending with this, so... what I should have done from the very get-go... Just fuck everything. Go all out. I mean, we can basically become hippies later. There's a point in the game where that will be a feasible thing. This is not it. Because it takes too long to do anything if we don't scale it now. Because, I mean, what am I doing? Like, trying to prevent them from attacking? We have the turrets up. They're just going to get stronger and they're going to just come down and kick my ass. At this rate. So we're changing our strategy here. It's all about scaling it the right way. And the thing is, you can't fucking half-ass this shit. If you half-ass it, you're just gonna have them like they're just hitting at the turrets anyways. Who gives a fuck? My whole thing was like, oh, I'm gonna do green chips. Oh, I'm gonna do this. But no, it's an industrial game. Gotta go big or go home, I guess. Man, why do I never have gears? So I have the solution for you right here. We're doing it right now. Basically making a fuck ton of these fucking drills. We're gonna just totally utilize this fucking one 100%. What's this thing's problem? Why can't I have more of these? Off the line. Cause I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, what's the fucking solution here? Because like we can't wait forever for this. We need blue signs now, and it's just the same thing. It's like either you wait for you wait forever for the fucking drills to do their job, or you fucking add more bullshit. You add more raw materials to the line. And that's pretty much what we're gonna do. And this has taught me a lot, because it's like, if I ever decide to go start a desert kind of a biome sort of a thing, I know what to do, which is prepare for them to fucking come just absolutely buttfuck your ass. That's what they're gonna do. Kind of have to put up with that. This is what we wanted here, I think. We're still gonna need more red belts, but hopefully it's doing what it's supposed to be. Basically, you cannot do half measures in this game at all. You gotta go all in. If you want to get anywhere, that's what it takes. Like 3 lines of iron. Like, ironically, if you heard me from the first time I did this, when I started this, 3 lines of iron is actually what I did before. That's what I did in my other run, and I was able to win with just that. Like, I didn't have to build anymore. And that's why I thought I could maybe get away with that this time. And nope, not on marathon mode. In marathon mode, you gotta fucking scale, man. You cannot be doing this, where you're just like doing what I'm doing right now, which is basically like fucking around, not building stuff that you're supposed to be. Now I'm wondering how to do this line. Because here's the thing, it kind of... I mean, that one's fine, this one is not. Fuck. Debating how to do this better. Because it has to kind of end up here. Yeah, they can be slightly mad that I'm doing this, but yeah, it's fucking fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Yeah, we need way more than this. How do I fucking fix this up? Oh, I know how to fix this up, maybe. Okay. Oops. You have to interrupt it briefly. It's not what we wanted. Alright, where's the fast splitter somewhere? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. That's going to increase it by a substantial portion. I don't think we've quite gotten into the restart territory. When they completely overrun me, then we can say we'll restart, but yes. We need more gears. I guess it's just interesting how this game went, because it's like, yeah, you pussyfoot around and they're just gonna fucking roll all over you. It was interesting how that turned out, actually. Just basically like, let's not anger the aliens. I think it's the Canadian part of me. I don't want to cause trouble. But nope. Amazing how selfishly you have to just play in this game and go like fucking fuck the trees. Fuck the aliens. There you go. Production increased. So some of it's being split off there, but this, I mean, I kind of saw it coming. And look at this, for the first time in a long time, this is backed up. Green chip production out the ass. And so now there's step 2. And step 2 is increasing this production, which means we need another assembly machine making this shit. What the fuck? Why did iron become a problem? When the fuck did iron become a problem? What's using it? I guess this is. Oh, I guess the iron chips are too. The irony is, iron became a problem all of a sudden. Go fucking figure, huh? You fix one thing and then another thing becomes a problem. Alright, let's see. Is there something that's losing? No, it's just they're pretty much all full lines coming in. Here's the thing. This is the thing I want to do. I want to make that single one run all the time. And then I wanted to make it so that I want to make another thing here making assembling machines too. So it looks like we're gonna have to find more iron. This is the only other iron place I can think of. I already raised production here. It's really sad how this is still not enough. But the weird thing is you can actually see here that this is 10 units per thing. The engine units are actually getting used now, which means that the issue is almost fixed, actually. Almost. It's a very big almost, though. Fucking horseshit, man. Every fucking time, man. Alright. I didn't think I would need it, but I might need to use the one down there. That is some fucking insane shit. Alright, let's have a look at it. Okay, this isn't going to be a lot, but it should be enough. This is some fucked up shit, man, that we're getting into. The weird thing is, I still feel like I'm just band-aiding this all. Because I'm not going to tie this into my actual main line. This is fucking atrocious, this shit. Alright. I mean, the green circuits are actually backed up, so that's a good sign. But here's the thing, you can't just, like, you can't just increase this one too, or like the two ones I have up here, you just can't do that. Because the thing is, they're gonna run out real fast. So, how many furnaces do I have? 2, so we're gonna make maybe 8 in total. 8 should be enough. Okay, so this is gonna be like a minor line of furnaces, because this thing cannot possibly have that much. It's a very minor one here. How do people play this? Am I doing something wrong? Like, maybe nuclear power wasn't the thing to go for, maybe solar power was? I don't know. Until... no, it's fine. Like, how the fuck else can you do this, even? So weird, man. We need some more copper, man. Is it not copper? Iron. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug another one in here. I mean, I could just plug it into the same one. Like, what the fuck is eating it all? Oh, this guy. What? I thought I turned him off. Okay, that's part of the problem right there. But still, we're still gonna do this. Like, holy shitballs, man. It's a sick guitar solo. Imagine playing the guitar is a lot less stressful than playing video games. I should, dude. I only knew how to play the drums, man. The drums are not a very how shall I say? Okay, well, we're getting our shit fucked now. We might be reaching that stage in the game where we just don't win. Yep. Those are... okay. We're out of fucking... Yeah, so they destroyed 2 turrets there. This thing is making more ammunition, right? Because I think we need it. No, it stopped. I was trying to think I should make piercing rounds, to be honest. Steel plates. Fucking hell, man. No, I'm not doing that. If we get to the point of restarting, that's gonna be the only stage at which I say, yeah, fuck that. Let's go take some transfer belts. Alright, we need the nuclear power to go faster, so... My god. We're gonna have to check on that soon. To be fair, I don't really want to check on that. The problem for this, copper cable. Great, we need more copper cable too. Let's go get the fucking copper lines. Actually, there's actually some finished copper cable right here. These are the things I do not look forward to. What the fuck? I was holding it down. Why didn't it do it? Whatever. I thought I was supposed to connect all the wires if I hold it down, but apparently no. Why aren't you also... You are facing the wrong direction. That's facing the correct direction though. Alright, let's get 2 more furnaces going here. A bit of a weird one, but yeah. Thank you. Alright. The pollution is spread out so far here that we need actually more turrets there now. Fucking hell. This is very temporary, by the way. Like, I cannot actually describe how temporary this is. It's to the point where I'm actually kind of... I feel disgusted with myself for even doing this. But it has to be done. Bum 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 bum. Let's see. Being the best way of doing this. Yeah, we can totally get these 2 sides going. I don't know why I wasn't doing that before. Shit. Okay. we're gonna have to really beef up that security. Here's what we're gonna do. Fucking. Fuck my life, man. Fucking fuck Deathworld and everything Deathworld stands for, man. What the fuck is this gonna be? It's gonna be fucking. Yes, you. That's gonna be you. This could be Gears. This could be Gears. Dun 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 dun. It's the perfect Deathworld sign. Hello, giant fucking biters in my face. How do you do today? This is how we do this. This is the worst fucking shit imaginable, but I'm sure at some point I'll make this better. I need to take from this line, and I need to fucking... Holy shit, do I need fucking inserters. Alright, we need your gears too. Let's see how fast this goes. Moral of the story is not fucking fast enough. Not fast enough at all. But the problem is that the gears aren't actually making it to the end. Well, sorry, these things aren't making it to the end. However, it is increasing the production up here. Which means now engines are going to be a problem. But hey, you know what? It's a step in the right direction, guys. So we're going to fix this up just slightly. Yeah, I can't even drop them off. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8. Okay, let's try doing this. What, really? I can't get another one in here? Fuck it. Honestly, I think it's just gonna eat so fast from this line that... Actually, I don't think it'll matter. So you need to actually add it to the second line, you see. And then we do this fucking garbage. I'm never pleased with anything I do in this game anymore, it looks like. But it's Deathworld for you. Alright. So then the next thing we need to do is fucking fast transfer belts. Because of this. I mean, it's as fast as it could possibly make it. Look at that shit, man. But, I mean, I can't actually add anything else to these lines, so... I actually can't go any faster than this. So, you know what? This is done. This. Oh, actually, you know what? We could do that. Just to amuse myself. But I feel slightly triggered. Because... Yeah, we need more fucking coming down that line then. But I don't know. I need some stone bricks though first. Or an oven or something. I don't know, fucking know what I need. I feel like it's all making it down here now. Let's just fix this forever. Or, well, not forever, but kind of more temporary. Fuck off. Fuck you. Eventually this tree will die. There we go. Alright. because let me just tell you, we're gonna do some fucking serious like Starship Troopers shit in just a second, because I can hear them breaking through. I can hear them all the time. Whoops. Fuck. Fuck. Oh shit. I'm an angry driver, what can I say? Alright. Let's see. What's the problem now with you guys? Okay, it's definitely gonna be engines in just a moment. So we need to get as many of these things going as humanly fucking possible. Look at that, it's just eating all of it. Fucking Christ. One, two, three. I could not possibly do anything else to this fucking lane here. Because holy shit. Actually, what the fuck? Why is it not engines? Because this is really fucking bad now. Alright, so this is 10 seconds per thing, engine unit. This is 12 seconds and it requires one engine unit. So in theory we should be able to get one more out of this. You just carry these circuits with me, hopefully I don't die with them or something. And you can already tell that the frequency of the attacks is raised dramatically. Which is pretty much what I thought would happen. Alright, this I don't think we can do anything else about. I think we're at our absolute fucking limit now. The only problem is that we just don't have enough coal coming down the line. Sorry, not coal, iron down the line. And the only thing we can really do is to band-aid it. 1, 2, actually, what the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. Yeah, so the only thing we can really do about this is to just add some shitty ones like this. It's not fucking particularly optimal, but we need the ore now. So that's all you can do. Alright. Thing is, it's not exactly making not making the electronic chips 100% of the time. Fuck you, turret. But it should be making enough now that nuclear power should be coming along much, much nicer. Yeah, still, these are the limits. Let me shorten this line, actually. Make it as short as possible. Alright, guess what? We gotta go fucking now deal with, fucking the Persian army. How many turrets do we have? 20. Alright. We'll just take all of them. There's now no reason for us not to have all of them. They're already breaching in. Alright. Where's the hole in the turret defense? It's right there. Let's just patrol the borders here for a sec. Okay, border appears to be good. My god, the amount of fucking work I just put into getting nuclear power, like, reasonable, is insane. Alright, we're gonna use the turd buddy system. You're good at patrolling borders, Mike. Someone in Border America would love to have some of your border patrolling skills. Dude, I made a car and everything, man. Dude, this is the ultimate America game, man. It's like, you fucking do like capitalism like 100%. We're maintaining the factory. Here's where one of the turrets died. Build a wall of turrets, make sure no illegal aliens make it through. In? Yeah. Honestly, you should see me attempt this on fucking desert, because that's gonna be fucking insane. Like, I'm playing the easy deathworld right now. This is the easy one. It actually can get so much worse. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure if it's winnable to do desert deathworld. Look at this shit, guys. Look at this fucking wall. So here we have like fucking stains of illegal aliens on the fucking walls. But I kind of figured this would be the case. Thing is, it didn't make any sense for me to make a wall all around if I couldn't defend it with turrets, because they'll just kill the wall and then come through. So, I mean, it adds a buffer for the turrets, but I don't think it's really necessary. It's a lot of work and preparation for that. So, oh hey. Look at this one, this one even ran out of ammo. We came just in time. Oh my fucking god. I think it's just, I think that's what you have to do with Deathworld now, is just like, definitely just go all in with the pollution and everything, just who gives a fuck, and then get to the point at which, who's this guy? Oh, he's fucking dead. Alright, so, fine, we'll build the wall. It's insane though. there you go. I haven't played Deathworld, but it's a lot there. Yeah. There's a lot. But here's the thing, it doesn't make any sense for me to kind of incur into their territory, because that will make them more of a threat. Look at that. I mean, here's the thing. I was hoping that basically we would get to a point in the game where I could have nuclear power and then laser turrets, and then I wouldn't have to have some sort of ammo feeding. Because you guys think it's so simple, or some, not all of you guys, but you guys think it's so simple. Like, you make like a wall, you put some turrets on there, you know, and then you're good to fucking go. You know, but it's actually not that simple, because when you build it up, you have to make turrets there, and oh wait, you know, it's all of a sudden you have to feed the ammunition to the turrets. Okay, so you feed the ammunition to the turrets, I guess, and then like you make a giant belt along the side. It costs a shit ton of iron to do so, right? That's why I'm trying to do this like mini outpost system. And then like, okay, fine, you did that too, alright, and then like, then they get stronger. Okay, you need to now upgrade your ammunition. You know, and so on and so on. You know, it's never ending. Fucking hell, man. And that's what I mean. I thought the smartest way to play this would be to minimize the attacks to begin with, but there's over here. We can check this out. Isn't this the weirdest fucking thing? So this one has, you know what? Oops. Why did I even split it here? I don't even know. This one has a problem with green circuits. This one has a problem with fucking iron. Go fucking figure. I mean, this one has its own fucking copper lines. That's the insanity of this. It has its own copper. But, I mean, it's going faster-ish. Oh, holy shit. Okay, didn't realize that wasn't going all the way down. I mean, they're going faster now. Like, they're actually all producing now. Upkeep on turrets is really rough. That's the problem. That's the problem. So, as I said, the strategy for this one was to prevent them from, like, not giving them an excuse to come down here in the first place. That's what I thought would be the best idea. And I think it worked for the most part. It just has some rough edges that need to be dealt with. I am keeping this turret going, right? Yeah, just making ammunition. Yeah, we're gonna get some more ammunition up there. Because honestly here, there's really not much I can do anymore to increase blue science production. That's basically it. It's gonna take as long as it's gonna take. This is just marathon mode for you. Fuck you, fucking space pull fucking from outer space. Oh shit. Well, that's one way to fuck up your iron production. We actually need to go get some circuits, because I need to probably make some repairs. Like, this has been actually the biggest bane of my existence, right? This fucking shit right here. Like, it's either, like, this thing constantly, it's either, oh, is circuits the fucking issue, or is iron the issue? It never is making things at 100% capacity. At any point was it ever doing that. Because the requirement's really fucking high for it. I don't know why they were so fucking high. They just kind of were really fucking high. And that's the problem with the blue science. I mean, I remember there was always a problem on the vanilla mode without it being Deathworld. I wonder how other people do it. honestly. Look at this giant fucking gap in its defense now. And that's the problem, is they're getting fucking stronger now. So, ultimately, what do you do? I mean, it's not a question of just nuke 'em, man. Apparently, I just went right through steel access. See how these turrets are doing. Yeah, so this one was just under attack, and as you can see, it's just a small colony of biters. So, I mean, when that happens, it's not a big deal. But I'm trying to find the main attack ones and just make like a small defensive line there. I'm not sure what you can do for blue science, honestly. Like that is the #1 thing you have to prepare for is blue science. Guys, let me just tell you guys the problem with this and where we lie with this, because fucking hell. So, it requires an enormous amount of iron and shit for this stuff. So you can make 1 electric mining drill every 2 seconds. That's how the deal goes with this. 1 electric mining drill every 2 seconds. Okay, so normally what we have with science is I've done all this. So this red and green science right here. This is 1 science pack every 5 seconds. So you multiply that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I decided on 10 was my magic number. And that's why the science went so fast for everything else. It went at a pretty tolerable pace. The problem is down here, fucking the blue science, this is double the amount and I have almost half as many. So this is 8 at the moment. Because to make more of it, it would need more electric mining drills. And as I said, you just watched me fucking try and jerry-rig this thing to have more electric mining drills going. But that's a fundamental problem, is that it's the last one in the line. It has to be the last one in the line because there is no copper holdup at all. Or sorry, there's no iron holdup at all. This is it. This is from 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's still slow as fuck. So the only thing I can think of possibly that you can do in another world is to have another iron. You have 5. You have 5 connected to your fucking main bus, and you have 2 of those because I think to make a similar amount of the red science and the green science, more iron is always the issue. Yeah. Because to fix this, like to have this amount of production of science to make it tolerable, this needs to be basically double. Right here. And I mean, let's see what the ratio is. So like 2 for 1, right? And then this is 12, so this is 6 times. So, oh shit. Alright, they hate America. Why do they hate our freedom like so? Anyways, so that just mathematically speaking, the amount that you need to make it, as I said, match that what I thought was for this mode, the tolerable amount is 12. So fucking, so 2 for every, fuck, it's getting late for me to do bathing. I probably should go to sleep soon. Or now. Okay, I want to finish the math on that, and I want to just fix up this chart line. We're almost halfway through to nuclear technology. It is rough, but I mean, it's more. We have a problem now of like. I'll get into that in just a second because I still want to theory craft with you guys. Because if I decide not to continue this run, I want to finish it off with what went wrong with it, or what we need to do for the next time. Just to plan this out better. So okay, so we have 2 electric mine drills every. Sorry, 1 electric mine drill every second. Sorry, I want one electric mine drill every 2 seconds. Right. This requires 1 electric mine drill for every 12 seconds. So that means 1 of these supports 6 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I got it to the point where I could get these running all the time, it would be like 12 easy here. And to make that, and here's the issue you run into. You see this iron patch just completely being used. This iron patch here, completely, like as I said, I jerry-rigged it in here, and this is almost a full line, almost. So like, it basically needs, I would say, I don't know if it needs, because I have like essentially 4 going on right now, it isn't enough, so. So it needs like 1 complete one. I'm gonna say that this thing basically needs like its own. I think I need a gears bus, like a bus specifically for gears. I think it's actually a requirement. Like, you know, you see how I had like steel coming down the line and all that kind of shit? There's gonna have to be like a fucking one for gears. Yeah, that's the next problem. So if we look at the map here, so we have this iron ore here, which we're not using. We have this iron ore here. Where else? We just utilized this one. So this one I wasn't really using. I plugged it into my concrete, right? I use this, and so let's see where the rest of them are. So I would have to push in here. I would have to push into here extremely early to get this iron ore, but look where we are. You clear them out, and they're gonna fucking attack you like no tomorrow. There's also this one right here, 1.5 million. I mean, this would have been the better one to go for, but yeah. But then you run into a fundamental problem of you need to ferry it over here. You need trains. Period. You need to train it over here. So that's the thing else you gotta do. You gotta invest into the trains, because this is too far to bring sensibly through any other means. So I mean, we could have gone for this one, or we could have gone for these two. At this point in the game, it's too late. My military tech is too far behind. An iron gear bus would help me. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I need that. Okay, here's the next problem. This is 4,000. This is fucking retarded. Solar panels is one option. Where's the accumulators? Okay. So this is something that's interesting. Accumulators and solar panels do not require Science 3. They don't require Science 3. See the ovens? That requires Science 3. But I mean, if you start making the Science 3 and you save it up, you're not in too much of a problem. Because then once you get to electric furnaces, and then you get enough in terms of efficiency modules and shit, then you're in good shape. Okay. This is the problem. 4,000 this? Just absolutely no. It's ridiculous. Even 1,000 is pushing it, but I could do that. It's a little bit, because the thing is, once I get up to here, you know, you gotta centrifuge it, because this isn't done yet. We gotta get centrifuges, we gotta get uranium ore, we gotta start up the reactors, we gotta warm them up, we gotta get fucking steam turbines, we gotta get heat pipes, we gotta get heat exchangers. This is insane. This is insane. This took roughly probably 4 times the amount of time to try and achieve, opposed to not even 4 times. Sorry, that's much more than that. Fucking 10 times the amount of time to achieve, opposed to just and resources too, opposed to just going solar power and accumulators. I actually completely did not realize that. I thought accumulators required something else. Yeah, uranium isn't actually that great. Like, here's the thing. The reason we did nuclear is because I did nuclear in my last run, and then, like, once I got there, I never worried about energy again. It was never a problem. But given my strategy here of wanting to go green kind of a thing early on, this isn't feasible because of the fucking technology cost. I think I sucked it up last time, but I definitely didn't have enough production for it. Because if you want to go for like fucking 5 iron or some shit, it's just, you can't do it. You need like trains. You need a whole bunch of shit for this. And like, and at some point I was going to be doing fucking like military science too, because I need to get lasers, and like that, guess what that requires for fucking costs. Look at this shit. Fucking gun turret, grenade, and armor piercing rounds. Piercing rounds are fine, it's just like 1 steel plate, 1 copper plate. The fucking gun turrets on the other hand, 10 gears, 10 copper plates, and 20 iron plates. It's stupid. Stupid amount of resources. So, even though we're halfway done through nuclear, I think this is a wash. Because, I mean, at this point I don't like how this went. Because I've now just seriously increased the pollution on the map. Their evolution, what do we end off at? They're at almost 0.5. They're almost halfway to their maximum evolution. They're gonna be killing me soon because of the fact that they're gonna be killing me because they're gonna raise up, and I can't get my pollution down fast enough because this is way too much fucking production. Too fast. This is insane. More iron. Where's my iron? But I think I know the play now. So, with solar panels and accumulators. So accumulators, let's just look at this briefly, just so we can plan it out next time. Solar panels require 15 electronic circuits, 5 steel plates, and 5 copper plates. So it's not so bad. And then in accumulators, accumulators require batteries. Batteries require 1 iron plate, 1 copper plate, and 1 sulfuric acid. Accumulators require 2 iron plates and 5 batteries. As I said, we can get to this without even going to Science 3. We can fuck Science 3. The aliens de-evolve? No. No, they never do. This is how it works. So, when I type in evolution, it says 0.5. Basically, when they get to evolution factor of 1, that means they spawn nothing but fucking cancer against you. Like, they fuck you up. That's what they do. It's just how it works, right? And if you start like a completely new game, I'll even start on deathworld. So we go evolution. There you go. See, when they get up to 1, that's the strongest they'll ever get, and then they're gonna fuck you up because, as great as it is in my game, the ammunition I'm using, it's not enough. It isn't enough because you gotta get some piercing rounds and shit already as it is. So we should have gone solar. We should have gone solar for sure. That was the play. And I mean, you look at this map, for example, it's like iron, 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 but there's a shit ton of trees in the way, so they're annoying, so fuck it. I mean, they attack you less when you lower your pollution, that's kind of how it goes. So I was, in that playthrough, I was already halfway to the maximum evolution that they could get to, so not cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed now, and I don't think I'm continuing that one, because I've learned a shit ton from that. I've learned that fucking Science 3 is, we gotta go Rails before you go Science 3. Alright, see you later, guys. Good night.